तो वेलकम टू द सेकंड एपिसोड ऑफ दिस सीरीज, जहाँ पे हम सवाल और जवाब कर रहे हैं आपके CUET के एडमिशन प्रोसेस के बारे में। और आज का हॉट टॉपिक है CUET की कट ऑफ के बारे में। तो आइए डायरेक्ट चलते हैं प्रोफेसर मंजू एम गुप्ता के पास और जानते हैं इन सवाल के जवाब। सो मैम, बिफोर वी स्टार्ट मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि CUET कट ऑफ है क्या?
Like earlier, we used to have a cutoff, the marks, the minimum marks which the student must have to get admission. CUET cutoff that way is just the same thing, but now here we talk about the CUET score. That what is your CUET score to get admission in the Delhi University.
सो मैम, इस साल काफ़ी हाइप बनी हुई है कि CUET की कट ऑफ बहुत हाई जाने वाली है, इसका कोई रीज़न?
CUET कट ऑफ हाई जाने वाली है, ऐसा तो एक्सपेक्टेड है ही, क्योंकि अब दिस इज द थर्ड ईयर फॉर NTA टू होल्ड दिस CUET एग्जाम एंड people are now, they know in the very first year many students missed the exam. So the first reason I would say for this is now everybody is very well prepared for the exam, and I see there are lots of coaching colleges around who train the students and they are prepared for the exam. And another reason could be, which I heard from the news here and there, that for some subjects the paper was very easy, meaning it was moderately difficult. So these things also, when the students are getting more marks, it is likely that the cutoff is going to go high. These are the few reasons, and there can be other reasons which I feel scared nowadays, like the same way as we had for NEET, is that something happens in normalization or anything like that could also be suspected, but it is, yes, it is reasonable also to expect that the cutoff will be higher this time.
तो मैम, ये जो CUET की कट ऑफ है, इसका प्रोसेस काफ़ी कॉम्प्लेक्स है, इसका कोई रीज़न?
Because the process in itself, you know, it is catering lots of people. The CUET cutoff is very complex, and I agree with you, because it's not just depending on your marks. All NEP, National Education Policy, and the new system, it is student centric. So apart from your marks, it asks you for your preferences, meaning what do you want to take. So one is your marks is deciding, and the second thing is what do you want, meaning your preferences, and then it goes for the availability of the seats. So it decides on the basis of these all combination permutation. So what does this mean? It means that even if you have a higher score and your preferences are not right, correctly filled, you will lose. Or maybe you have a very high score, but you opted for the subjects where the seats are so less, meaning they are lesser in number available to you. So again, so CUET cutoff here now is not only dependent on your marks, rather it also depends on the combination of these three things, then the category, and there are lots of categories available in the university. So that makes it a bit complex, but software is doing everything. And another reason for complexity, I'll tell you now, is again the people are not conversant how the system is working. So that also create a fear or a phobia type of thing around, that parents and the students are in anxiety, though things are getting more transparent and simpler for them to work, as I told you previously.
मैम, सुनने में आया कि कॉमर्स की कट ऑफ इस बार बहुत हाई जाने वाली है, क्या ये सच है?
हाँ, ऐसा मेरे को भी सुनने में आ रहा है, बट जनरली लाइक फॉर 32 years or 35 years when I am teaching, what I have seen is that gradually the number of students in commerce is increasing. Commerce has become very, very popular among the students compared to science and arts. And one reason for that could be lot of number of students for commerce. And then again in commerce you score very high. And that is why I expect the competition, and probably it's again because of the question which had come. If it was moderately difficult for the students, I'm sure they would score very high. So when the students are scoring high and the number of seats is remaining same, obviously the cutoff is going to go high. Nobody will be able to stop it.
तो मैम, टॉपर कहीं ना कहीं सिक्योर कर लेंगे अपने सब्जेक्ट या फिर अपने फेवरेट कॉलेजेस। मैं उनकी बात करना चाहता हूँ जो मीडियोकर हैं, वो कैसे अपने फेवरेट कॉलेज या फिर अपने फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट को सेलेक्ट करवाएं?
This is an important question. To have a strategy for the mediocre or the medium range students is very, very important. So for those students, I would specially say, again, you have to come back to the preferences. First of all, you prepare yourself accordingly the score you get, and then you choose, because you have to have a fair idea. Like if you are less than 750 maybe out of 800, it's expected that you will be getting a college, South Campus College. Then why fill the options of North Campus College? Same way, if you feel that you are below 750 and you will not get in the most popular course, so why go for that? So fit your aspirations in that, understand your limitations of the score, and adjust the things accordingly. then you will not be a loser. But if you become very ambitious and you don't think this carefully, it might damage or it might trouble you, though you don't get the suitable things. So that's the most important thing which I could say, and I hope it will help.
तो मैम वो बच्चे क्या करें जिनका स्कोर 650 से ही बिलो है?
जिनका स्कोर 650 से भी नीचे है, तो आई वुड से व्हाट इज दैट द चांसेस ऑफ गेटिंग इन हियर is little less. So if you focus on the other options like looking for the courses around, and if you see in Delhi University there are some courses where the admission is not by CUET, you opt for those courses, or maybe School of Open Learning, there also you can try, and you can look for the universities around. And for those this score was because of some accident, you can try for gap year, maybe you prepare better for next year. But in 650, looking forward for a good college and a good subject of your choice, what is good is what is your choice, right? So hoping for that, it seems a little difficult, meaning you have to prepare yourself for the other options, expose yourself to the other options.
सो मैम लास्ट वीडियो में काफ़ी सारे कमेंट थे, जिसमें एक कमेंट मुझे बहुत कॉमन लगा। इसमें बच्चे कह रहे हैं कि उनके फादर के सरनेम की स्पेलिंग या फिर उनके फादर की नेम की स्पेलिंग अलग अलग है अलग अलग डॉक्यूमेंट में, तो क्या इससे उनका एडमिशन कैंसिल हो जाएगा?
Having typos in surname, in your own name or your father's name is most common query which we get. And while taking admission, I find students to be very anxious and overreacting about this problem. But the typos is where, meaning the incidences which I told you just now, if it is there, then it is understandably and sometimes can be adjusted also. But if you have typos in your OBC certificate, in your caste certificate or EWS category certificate, that cannot be ignored in any case. Any type of errors in those is taken very seriously. But if you have small changes or typos in your routine things, because we match it from other documents like your Aadhaar, if the name is same, just a typo. If you produce other evidences like your voter's ID or other things, then it can be adjusted, but not in Aadhaar and reservation category certificates. I hope it satisfied your query, and it will reduce your stress when you used to bother that your name is different or what.
सो थैंक यू सो मच मैम फॉर टुडे, और हम दोबारा आएंगे आपके पास बच्चों के बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन लेके।
मोस्ट वेलकम, माय प्लेजर।
थैंक यू। तो आज के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में, और अगली वीडियो में बात करेंगे CSAS के एल्गोरिदम और प्रेफरेंसेस के बारे में। एंड वी डोंट चार्ज एनीथिंग, सो पुट योर क्वेरीज इन आवर कमेंट सेक्शंस।